Originality is BS. The truth is, every great artist borrows. When I first started producing, I was obsessed with being 100% original. I think to myself, oh well, if I'm not creating something absolutely unique every single time, then I'm just copying everybody else. And that got me nowhere. I'd stay stuck in the 8-bar loop for most of my projects. And having a signature sound matters, but nobody said that you have to just invent it out of thin air. So instead, I'll show you a method I discovered to grab inspiration from other people's music, twist it beyond recognition, and turn it into something that sounds like you. And the best part is, no one will ever know you stole it. So before we dive into this, there's this one crucial mindset shift that we have to implement, and that's listen to music like a producer, not a fan. Let me explain. What you want to do is open Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever you use to listen to music. But don't just listen to your favorite tracks. Listen to weird underground stuff, even genres you would normally ignore. You're not just listening for fun now. Every small detail, every section, ear candy that they use in those tracks, you're asking yourself, can I flip this? Can I use this in my own tracks? Now, once you've listened to around 5 to 10 tracks, don't go rushing to your DAW. Go do something else for 10 to 30 minutes. Because the thing is, your brain is like a blender. All the inspiration that you just gathered in your mind with those tracks that you listen to, it's all blending and swirling around in your brain. And when you come back to the studio, you'll notice that producing is a lot smoother. And that's because you have this weird blend of ideas that you can just grab from. It's like a network. So anyway, let's kick back, relax. I'm gonna listen to some music, and from there we can produce something. Let's do it. So from this point, I listened to like 5 random songs. 3 of those I actually want to steal inspiration from. Number 1 is Curbi, Losing Sleep. I like the groove and the punchy drums he uses, as well as the ethereal melodies and vocal chops. Number 2 is Jane Remover, Dancing with Your Eyes Closed. The glitchiness, the textures, all the random elements that come together. And then number 3 is Zulan, Forever. That garage style drop with that saw bass and those vocals. It's very, very simple but catchy, and I want to implement this somehow. So we're going to take all of these elements, draw inspiration from it, steal like an artist, and use them to create a new track. First of all, I want that groove and those very snappy drums from Losing Sleep. A trick I like to do is just put a little amount of disperser on the kick. It gives it a slightly different tone. But if you do too much, it doesn't sound that good. Let's get a clap in here. Just getting a ton of clap layers. And so I noticed in that Losing Sleep track, there's this kind of background clap rhythm going on. I think that'd be something cool to incorporate. So just watch this. I'm about to do something very interesting. I'm gonna get a drum rack here, drag in a few samples here, make some weird loop. We could go ahead and EQ this. And we'll put a shifter on it to change the tone. And now we can just chop certain bits of this. Let's get some hi-hats in here. And then last thing, we can add this ride. Alright, cool. So here's the full drums. Now we can begin adding some more instruments. So of course, from Losing Sleep, I want to add that very lush pad sound. So first thing we can do is just get a serum in here, detune this saw wave, and then add a filter. We'll just start with this, very simple. Yeah, we'll keep it simple for now. And we can also recreate that shaking, stuttering effect that we hear in Losing Sleep. So what we can do is take the auto pan. We'll turn the amount all the way up, turn the phase all the way up as well, set it to this note option, and now we can just mess with the rate and the offset. So I want it to go wah, 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 wah. In order to do that, what we can do is automate the rate, have this first hit on like a half beat, and then the rest can be an eighth. So you might be like, well, okay, this is cool, but it's kind of bland. It's just a saw chord. Like, how do we create that very lush, ethereal texture? What we can do is add some atmospheres. So there's this particular one I like. But the thing is, it's very dissonant. There's a lot of clashing notes. And to fix that, what we can do is use a plugin called Chroma. So we could pull up Chroma, and right now we're in C sharp minor, I believe. So just a little before and after. It also gives it this nice color, which I think is cool. And then what we could do is just copy the auto pan over from the serum to the atmosphere. Alright, so after working on it for a little bit longer, made some decent progress, I got rid of some of the drums that weren't fitting, added some transitions, as well as some more atmosphere layers, literally just adding some more loops, and then putting chroma on it as well as EQ and stuff like that to layer them together. So here's what I got so far. We can definitely hear the inspiration from Losing Sleep, but I still want to grab some other sounds from the rest of our reference tracks and steal them and flip them, of course, right? So generally speaking, from Jane Remover tracks, the other inspiration that we have right now, there's a lot of glitchiness, there's a lot of glass breaking sounds. Maybe we can reverse this. That's a cool transition. And then maybe on every downbeat, like right here and right here where the drop doesn't stutter as much, we can add a weird glitch or something. It's kind of random, but I kind of like it. We'll have these atmospheres cut out a little bit and we'll put some glitch here. Just a little detail. That's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. It's almost midnight and I'll come back to it tomorrow and finish this up. All right, we're back. I'm ready to produce the rest of this. So I was listening to it and it does feel like it needs more fullness. Maybe we can go ahead and add another saw layer. Honestly, I'll just duplicate this over. Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, that definitely adds a little bit more texture to it, and we could even add one more. Maybe something more bright, because we already have 2 layers up here, which are more mellow. Maybe in this little fill section right here where the drums cut out. We follow that Jane Remover glitchiness inspiration once again. I added the snare and maybe we can do a reverse reverb effect. So I'll just duplicate this, apply a ton of reverb, freeze and flatten it, and then we can reverse it. So maybe we steal the inspiration from our third track, which is Forever by Zulan, and make some type of garage drop or something. Maybe that can be the second drop. So what I'm gonna do is copy all this over so that we have some space to work with. We could do some reverse snares once again. And I'll even offset the snare over here just to make it more unique. Cool, it works, but I feel like it could work even better. This is gonna get a little complicated, but I'm trying my best to execute my idea here. So what I want to happen is all the synths, all the basses from the first drop to have this more rapid type of movement. And then there's going to be this one main synth, which is inspired by our third reference track. So just bear with me here, but this will be worth it. So let's apply an EQ on this group. This is on all of the synths. Then we can do the same auto pan from before, but this time it'd be 16th notes. Yeah, that's sick. Now we just have to make that main synth that I was talking about. Cool, and then we need a hi-hat that goes in the rhythm with that synth. And then once again, we can apply the auto pan to it, but this time to actually use it for the auto pan. Okay, so for a good 15 minutes there, I was adding some new elements, but I didn't realize my camera ran out of memory. So I had to delete some files and stuff, but we're back. I'll just show you what I did here. All I did was add some little details, such as this pluck loop, as well as some transitions. Can't remember if I added this city ambience off camera. And that's pretty much it. Just arrange the track. We have this build up here that goes right into the first drop, and then the second smaller build up that goes into the second drop, which is the garage one. So anyway, I think it's about time we listen to the final result. As you can tell, stealing like an artist is the method that will help you have infinite inspiration for your tracks. You're grabbing bits and pieces of the songs and blending them up and fusing them together. Anyway, thank you so much as always for watching. If you want to work one-on-one with me and take your music to the next level, go check the first link in the description. I think you'll like it. Also, if you want to, please subscribe. It would help me retire my parents and it would help the channel out. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Peace.